Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Baranowski, and these videos are all about post-traumatic growth and recovery. If you're working with a client who's experienced trauma, or you know somebody who's experienced trauma, or you've experienced trauma, these videos are for you. Today we're going to talk about night terror or nightmares or bad dreams and how you deal with them and what they really mean. So, I got a great question from Wendy, and she writes, she's actually a therapist, so she writes that on the therapy side of things, in trauma, it seems that dreams and night terrors are pretty common. Absolutely, Wendy. What sort of therapies work specifically on this, and or what sort of strategies can we give people to help in these areas? I find the area fascinating, but I'm not sure what I can do on this side. Well, that's a question I get very frequently from clients that I work with and other therapists that I train and other professionals who are working with trauma in their work. So, dreams, night terrors, nightmares after trauma are very, very common. It's actually one of the most common things that I see. So the first thing is there's no one meaning for the content of your dreams. So don't read any of those old books that say, you know, an elephant means prosperity, or you know, a brick means you're going to have a home in the future. Whatever, all that stuff, it's not really true. Dream content, it's really symbolic and not exact. And the content is representative of you and your life specifically. It's unique to you, and because it's symbolic, it's not an exact representation of what's happened in your life or the people in your life necessarily. It might be, but often you have to peel back the layers and really understand what that content is about. So, how do you address it then? You know, whether you're a therapist working with clients, or you're a person who's experienced post-traumatic stress and you're struggling with nightmares, here's a little exercise that you could work with. Give it a try, and if you find it useful, let us know. Just, you know, post below the video. Anyways, first, start by recalling the dream content with your eyes closed. You should be in a place where you're comfortable and you won't be disturbed. And just recognize that, you know, if you find it too upsetting at this time, maybe put on some nice music, calm yourself down, do some deep breathing, and then try the exercise again. So here's how it goes. Close your eyes and recall the dream content from start to finish. All the details that you can, all the sensations that you had, any little pieces of the puzzle that you can recall. Then, if you're working with a therapist, tell the therapist what the content is in as much detail as possible, or write it down and then read it back out loud to yourself, or have the therapist read it out loud to you. Then, as you hear the content, listen, show up for yourself, be reflective, non-judgmental, and just ask yourself, what can you learn from this? Really be open, because really it's the content that you need to learn from. And usually that dream content with all its layers, it's really there to teach us something about our lives, what's happening in our life today, and what we need to work through. Then you start right from the beginning again. You close your eyes, you recall right from the beginning. You narrate the dream, or you write out as much as you can recall. And sometimes when you go through this 5 or 10 or 15 times, it's like you're peeling back layers. And you start to better understand what that dream is truly about. Because remember, I said it's symbolic, not directly representative. So the content is something that you have to take your time with, let it unfold, and learn. So just take your time, do this exercise 5, 10, 15 times, and wait until there's clarity in the meaning and your fear level starts to extinguish. Because if you can peel back the layers and really understand what this dream is about, the fear level tends to go down because you've done some exposure. But also, when you have that dream the next time, it's not going to be as terrifying because you have been courageous and faced it. This is Dr. Anna Baranowski. Please, if I haven't seen you before on these videos, subscribe because we release videos every single week with the focus on post-traumatic growth and recovery. Wishing you a gentle day.
For more Ask Dr. Anna videos and information about post-traumatic growth and recovery, subscribe and like our YouTube videos at What is PTSD, or join us at previous video episodes in our playlist Ask Dr. Anna from the Traumatology Institute team.